Hai, Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to Serusni Laiman. My group will be presenting about topic impact of pollution to human health. Our group from AS229-2C. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Nazata Ashkin binti Rashdi. Okay, we go with definition of air pollution. Air pollution is a mixture of hazardous substance in the atmosphere from both human activity and natural sources. Major human activities that contribute to pollution are mining operation, agriculture and construction activities, and exhaust from industrial and factory. Then, for natural sources such as dust storms, volcanic eruptions, and forest fires. Most commonly, household products such as cleaning sprays, paints, varnish, pesticide, greases, and aerosol spray contain harmful chemicals that pollute the air. The presence of chemical substances give adverse effect on humans and our ecosystem. Air pollution is the biggest environmental risk for early death, as most of cases that affect human health is due to pollution released into the air. Next, we will explain about sources of air pollution and their impact to human health. First is particulate matter 10. Is a common air pollutant that known as microscopic particle with diameter of 10 micrometer or smaller. This particle will be inhaled and deposited on the surface of larger airway of the upper region of the lungs. Most particulate matter 10 can be found in dust and smoke. Particulate matter 10 produced by power plants, coal fire, dust, and volcanic eruption will affect our hearts and lungs. Respirable particulate matter may lead to an excessive development of fibrous lung tissue, which resulting in permanent damage and thickening of the lungs. That will causes our breathing process more difficult. On the top of that, respiratory symptoms such as inflammation, coughing, breathing problem will get worse. Furthermore, exposure to high concentration of particulate matter 10 will cause heart attack, high blood pressure, and bronchitis. And people who with heart or lung illness, children, and elder are most at risk when exposure to particulate matter pollutant. The picture below shows the impact of air pollution due to particulate matter 10 to human health.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nur Imani binti Mustafa. I am the next presenter and I am going to present the next impact of pollution to human health, which is nitrogen dioxide, NO2. NO2 is a gaseous air pollutant that is released by the road traffic and the combustion processes of the fossil fuel that are burned at high temperatures, such as coal, gas, and oil that are used in automobiles. These cases are a great concern since they have harmful impacts on human health. NO2 has a greater influence on respiratory diseases in children, such as chest cold and coughing with phlegm or mucus. In addition, people with lung cancer are at a higher risk of suffering due to nitrogen dioxide poisoning, which will shorten their life. People with a history of asthma are additionally at danger since it will trigger their breathing and make it more difficult to breathe. The next impact of pollution is caused by carbon monoxide, CO. Carbon monoxide is a hazardous air pollutant that is produced by the incomplete combustion of carbon-containing fuels, such as gasoline, natural gas, oil, and coal. The major sources of outdoor carbon monoxide are cars, trucks, and other vehicles, and industry, while the sources of indoor carbon monoxide are built up from the stove, grills, fireplaces, and furnaces, which may harm humans when breathed in. Carbon monoxide has a bad effect on the blood's ability to transport oxygen to vital tissues. When CO attached directly to hemoglobin, forming carboxyhemoglobin, the oxygen carrying capacity increases, which has serious health consequences for the cardiovascular and nervous systems. Low-level carbon monoxide exposure can lead to heart disease and a reduction in maximal exercise performance, where it will give difficulties thinking and focusing, as well as frequent mood shifts. Meanwhile, high level of carbon monoxide exposure exceeding the national standards can cause dizziness, headache, and fatigue, as well as chest discomfort, seizures, and loss of consciousness.
Next is sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide SO2 is a colorless, highly reactive gas that mostly emitted from fossil fuel consumption, natural volcanic activities, and industrial processes. It is very dangerous to plant, animal, and especially to human health. People with lung disease, children and older people, and those who are exposed to SO2 are at higher risk of skin and lung diseases. The major health concerns associated with exposure to high concentrations of SO2 include respiratory irritation and cardiovascular disease. SO2 is mostly absorbed in the upper airways. It can lead to bronchospasm and also mucus production in humans as a sensory irritant. Bronchospasm happens when the airways go into spasm and contract. This makes a person becomes hard to breathe and also wheezing. Next is ground level ozone. Ground level ozone is a colorless gas which is the major constituent in the atmosphere, where it can be found both in the ground level and troposphere. It is produced as a result of chemical reaction between oxides of nitrogen and volatile organic compound emitted from natural sources, or maybe it can be due to human activities. GLO can be associated with higher risk of respiratory diseases, particularly asthma. It attacks asthma people when ozone attacks unpaired electron to form ozonides and progress through an unstable thioozolane depending on the presence of water. These ultimately decompose to lipohydroperoxides, aldehydes, and hydrogen peroxides. These pathways are thought to initiate the propagation of lipid radicals and auto-oxidation of cell membranes and macromolecules. It is also said to increase the risk of DNA damage in epidermal keratinocytes, which leads to the impaired cellular function. Next, the last one is lead. Lead is widely used as automobile engines, especially those that use fuel containing plumbum tetramethyl. Plumbum poisoning may damage several areas of the body, which include the cardiovascular, renal, and reproductive systems. But the main target of the plumbum is the nervous systems. Plumbum will inhibit N-methyl D-aspartate receptors, which impairs the normal operation of intracellular second messenger systems. It may also act as a second messenger, causing the protein alteration through a variety of psychological mechanisms such as activation of protein kinase. Some of the symptoms of plumbum poisoning include anemia, aggression, constipation, headache, irritability, and loss of concentration and memory.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Aisha Tindani. Today I would like to present about prevention of air pollution to human health. First, using public transport. A short way to reduce air pollution by using public transport. This is because it provides with less gas and energy to practice it. It's preferable by choosing to walk, cycle, or take public transport than drive a car to reduce air pollutants. Keep transportation in quick condition, and driving by reducing fuel consumption and minimize emission are also one of another way to reduce air pollution. Second is avoid using of product with chemicals. The uses of product with low chemical content and organic properties can also be an alternative to reduce air pollution. The uses of products that contain chemical or strongly smell such as paints or perfumes should be less or outside the house. Usually, the household products such as paints and varnishes can produce volatile organic compounds. Next is the reduction of forest fires and smoking. This is because burning of forests and dry leaf may contribute huge factor to the air pollution. So, people must concern about this and obey the law regarding to the open fires, including campfires. If there are no option for burning forests in multiple purposes, so the control burn should be well considered, well planned and limited, and maintained by trained professionals. Smoking also must be avoided because it's another major factor for forest fires in the dry season. In conclusion, the community must understand the causes of air pollution in environmental health begins with the impact of human factor to the human health. The major factor of air pollution are from human activities which result in the impact of human health. The community are responsible to take action to overcome the air pollution matter. Prevention is better than cure, so the prevention of air pollution must be on the top of priority list of the government. That's all from me. Thank you.